Holy moly, folks. Well, that was a pretty fruitful Elf 3. No real issues working our way through whatsoever. So I guess depths could go into slime as well. But I'm feeling pretty good about starting our way through depths and seeing how things go. And then we can run up to slime, get that rune, probably open up our treasure vault, and then head towards Zot and potentially finish off the run here. Making very, very steady progress here today. We also rounded off all of our resistances in perfect timing. Generally, as you come into depths, you want to have a nice smattering across the board, because this is where you'll start coming across every single flavor of enemy you could possibly think of. But I think we're in, once again, a pretty beautiful spot just for that. Let's check it out. Chainmail probably way too heavy for us. It is plus 10 though. No kidding with the gravitas, my friend. This would also bring back our theme slightly. The red is a bit offsetting. Oof. And definitely slows our attack quite a bit, going down to 0.9 attack delay. Or I guess up to, but you know what I mean. Quality-wise, very much a down. If I remove this armor, my AC would decrease, by 24. My brain thought it said 5, and I was super confused. Where is all this AC coming from? But okay, no, that tracks. That actually makes tons of sense. So yeah, still definitely a little too heavy for us to really afford. I'm curious if anything might change in that regard in the future. Just because I'm kind of sick of missing you, I'm gonna blast you with some ice real quick. Thank you, my friend. And not too shabby. I probably should reposition when we get around corners like that. Our ancestor was just forced to watch without being able to contribute too much to the excitement. But not the end of the world one way or another. Let's idealize you, my friend. And that's going to be a no from me. You do repel missiles, now that that's what the issue was, of course. Ayla, if you could get in there and face tank for me once again, my friend. Thank you. Beautiful work. Just wonderful job. Oof. Until then. Still have a decent number of Ice Blast charges, so we can definitely afford to just start blasting on that Tengu son of a gun. And not too much of an issue whatsoever. We're definitely starting to see a bit of a fall off in our longbow. I feel like it's largely just the fact that the flame brand is no longer quite as effective as it once was. But it is not the end of the world either. Oh my gosh, and Alula remembers Crystal Sphere. Oh me oh my, you shouldn't have. So that should be just wonderful, and we can plop in here, potentially even stepping in. There we go. Let's get some idealized action once again here. Beautiful work. And throw out some ice blasts as we see fit. You killed Aula, you son of a gun. I guess I should be slightly cautious against a gold dragon. I mean, if you want to waste time shooting at me, I don't mind whatsoever. Just, excuse me, pardon me, don't mind me. Just waiting for our ancestor to get back into the mix. Oh, there you are. Beautiful. And by our powers combined, we will destroy you. And now we do have access to the other dragon scales as well. Ice is probably a bit unnecessary. We have pretty solid cold resistance across the board. Base armor rating of 9, encumbrance of 11. So it is once again heavier. So probably not quite ready for the swap yet regardless. But very interesting. So you petrify? 0% chance of working? Okay, well this is going to be a riveting fight, full of excitement. Not that I mind a nice little relaxing encounter for once. Don't mind that whatsoever. The Ring of the Mage. Oh, that's exciting. I mean, we're gonna ignore it and just leave it lying around. but it's exciting for sure. And the Glaive of the Guard. Is that, wait, is that an unrand art? I don't know if I've ever seen you before, my friend. Commissioned several years ago by a wealthy queen, fearful for the safety of her vast treasury, no foe, the smith promised, could defeat a guard wielding such a weapon. Stolen a few months later, along with the rest of the queen's treasury, the guard, it transpired, had been caught napping. Still, it should serve more than adequately in the hands of a waking user. That's very cute. But spectral, electric, and the AC +5 is what threw me off. That's very cool. I don't know if I've ever seen that on Rand art before. Now that I think about it, this is one of the few characters that we could actually argue that we could use that son of a gun. It would require some training to get there for sure, but we can swap into it pretty freely with our shield. As I, whoops, hit my light a little bit. Maybe something to keep in mind for the future. As for our training, now that we've hit our caps once again here, bit of dodging training seems like it could be nice. It fits well with our focus on dexterity. Again, we would not like to rely on it whatsoever, as always with dodging, but it's nice to bring up all those defensive skills at least a wee bit, have some backup just in case. And then I think invocations, might as well make use of the manual that we picked up. Is there anything else? I guess fighting again? More health, always lovely. You know, let's do it. We're pretty close to the point here where we can just kind of start training anything more for fun. We're not getting a heck of a lot of use out of any of the skills because we've gone pretty much all of them to a beautiful spot so far. And hello all my friends, goodbye. Again, you can tell we're in a pretty good spot because the majority of these encounters we're still just holding down that tab key and letting the pieces fall where they may. Always absolutely fantastic stuff. Crackle with arcane power. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's the disco that's going on right above us here. I don't know, call me crazy. Just don't call me late for dinner. Okie dokie. Well, we'll finish off dealing with the welcoming party here. Hello, my friends. Oh, maybe not. That's actually just a dance floor. Sorry, Yuskaya. My bad. How silly of me to make assumptions. So it looks to me like that is the entrance. You know what? I've changed my mind. We're not gonna hang out here. What the heck is going on? Instead, let us make our way downtown. Do a little bit of old-fashioned killing. So fire dragon scales is a bit more up my alley. Again, encumbrance rating is probably a little bit high for us, but this is good endgame armor. We'll trade off nicely. Because I'd rather have 3 pips of fire resistance than the additional cold, I feel. We'd still have 1 pip of cold resistance, so we'd still be in a pretty good spot overall. But as we can see here, the base armor and encumbrance rating. Armor rating is actually the same as chainmail, but encumbrance is a lot lighter. And that's why that is generally one that is pretty dang solid for an endgame archer build. But we'll see how things shake out as we continue to try and make our way slowly but surely towards this timed portal. Actually, is the wizard one not timed? Is that what I'm learning here? I'm not seeing any... Oh no, there we go. Here's Daily Crackle, magical portal. Oh gosh. I could just not risk it, I guess. There is always that option. Specifically because I'm never quite fully prepared for what we find here, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, folks? We'll be safe to take a bit of a gander, a bit of an exploration into the unknown, and see how it all goes down. Do you want Vorpal Arbalist? Sinar. And what do we get? Duraclo's Tomb. Excuse me for a moment. DCSS. Rock. Lows. Tomb. An extremely dangerous wizard laboratory. Oof. So we can exit through one of the 4 doors. Beyond that lies a small foyer with 2 exits, followed by a master chamber filled with several 3x3 tombs made of rock walls. First area will appear empty, but we'll hear threatening noises as we explore. After a time, the walls of all the tombs will vanish, revealing that each one contains a single monster and some treasure. I feel like I have seen this before. I thought this was an ossuary build, but I think I've been here. Main danger is being overrun by multiple dangerous opponents. If you're not confident in your ability to handle facing several very dangerous spellcasters, consider leaving. Yeah, I'll probably leave, but we can open the tombs prematurely with digging. We also actually can just dig ourselves, so that's kind of nice. Scrolls, armor, and miscellaneous, but let's see, we can get demons, golems, and mummies. Interesting. So if I open up... Oh, wait. Hello, ancestor. What the heck? So we can do some shenanigans like this. Does not assure safety by any stretch, but it does simplify things slightly. I guess we could hang out here and just retreat if things go poorly, right? Use our ghost as a fallback to get away. Walls fall and the entombed are set free. Entombed, if you could come right this way. Preferably one at a time, if you could be so kind. Ouch. So these buddies smite and torment, correct? Indeed they do. Also summoning undead is not ideal, but not the end of the world. So if I just hang out here... I mean, one thing actually we should have done right away... Oh, never mind. We are already wearing our triple positive energy ring. That's beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm tempted to continue to try and work our way through here. It's pretty successful so far, and we do seem to be taking things out just a few at a time, fortunately, so not too troublesome at the end of the day. Especially now that I've seen that acquirement scroll. The greed is starting to rise up. Swap back to OBS on my other monitor as well. Okie dokie. Yeah, I definitely, now that I'm exploring a bit more, I do feel like we've been here before. Oh wow, and it was 2 acquirement scrolls. How about that? Well, thank you for all your hard work gathering the treasure, my friends. I will take advantage of that and get the heck out of Dodge. Okay, that worked quite wonderfully. We have 3 acquirement scrolls. Okay, now we're talking, baby. Triple crossbow of flaming. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. Leave that on the floor at the moment here, but we'll probably pick it up. Manual of dodging will be the second one. Why the heck not? Ooh, Tower Shield of Dyspraxia. Willpower and a bit of slaying. Drain only affects us if we take it off, correct? Drains your maximum health when unequipped. Holy moly. Well, that was a very successful endeavor here. Probably swapped this. Tiny bit of extra slaying. +2 is not a big deal, but willpower? Why the heck not? Don't know if it'll look quite as good. Yeah, actually kind of fits. I mean, our whole outfit's looking a little eclectic at the moment, to say the least. So that is fine. We're going to rebind our bow to A and the triple crossbow to B. And then we can also take a step up here to get the brand weapon. And let's see, I would prefer Vorpal probably. Venom, definitely not. Freezing, not great. Flaming, gosh darn it. Okay, turns out now we do need more brand weapon scrolls. Do we leave any lying around? Oops, let's try that again with like brand weapon. Scroll brand weapon for sale. Take me away. Oh gosh. As it tries to take me a different route to my stairs. Whoopsie daisies. I guess, oh, my original route is probably blocked off by my exclusions now that I think about it, so fair enough. Sorry, game. It is me who is the fool, but let's, go. One of the downsides of antenna is that it's very, very annoying sometimes when you just keep running to enemies at the very edge of your vision. Can I, sneak a blast past? No, not quite. I can at least get the buddy here, and in fact, there we go. With our lovely ancestor blocking up one of the lanes, does leave us open to do some silly shenanigans like that. Who the heck had summoning? You son of a gun. And I'll blast you then. How dare you? Again, that would have been nice for us to be able to use in the future, along with, you know, the nice little plethora that we've gained so far. But it is what it is. And let's head back up to the stairs, and let's once again make our way towards that brand weapon scroll. I believe, folks. I don't know if you can you get speed? If so, it'd be like the tiniest percentile. I know like vampirism works that way. It's like minuscule odds, like 0.5% that you get the vampiric brand. But maybe, just maybe. Regardless, we can get something good here. No, fine, I'll take it. Freezing, we have fire and ice, a song of, should do all right. Oh geez, I keep getting something in my right eye throughout the day today. Probably just still the same thing that's been living there unassumedly the whole day, but regardless, not the most comfortable experience. Does seem like we've killed most of the crystal golems kind of organically through exploration, so we can probably take away our exclusions and potentially revisit the center of the map a wee bit. Hello, my friends. Goodbye. Wonderful stuff. A few little entrances here. Oh, son of a lich. And yes, it does look like we kind of opened up the area here. Let our ancestor do some of the talking here. In fact, become the ideal version of yourself, my friend. Beautiful work. Ah. This is where, yeah, our flame longbow doesn't do quite enough damage against that son of a gun. So, a little bit sketchy. But the triple crossbow, fortunately, just has a ridiculously high base damage. If we take a peek, it's dealing... Oh, current tactile is 1.3. That's really bad. I did not notice that, so we should actually train more before we use this. 67 damage rating, though, compared to the 43 of the longbow. It's quite wonderful. So ranged weapon, please and thank you. If we could bring you up to 26, I would appreciate that. And the Zealot's Sword. Wow, it's definitely an unrandart heavy game so far. Not going to use any of them, but it's nice to know we have the option. Nice to see at the very least, always exciting. And that should be pretty much the rest of Depths. Say hello to Skya, who once again might be the next deity on our polytheism list here. So I'm very much excited by the prospect of this guy's stabber. I was talking with some people in, I think, a chat that we raided a while back, and it definitely got me thinking about various kind of different ways to explore the idea of a whatchamacallit, a stabber build. And this guy is definitely up there, especially if you want to be a stabber late game. It's pretty much the only option. You're not going to be putting anyone to sleep. You're not really going to be sneaking up on anyone. So at that point, it's nice to have other options. Frostbound Tome? What? 3d26. What do you cast? Regardless, I'll hopefully just murder you before you get the opportunity, but... Huh. Curious. Very curious. Well, okie dokie. Let's, continue to blitz our way through the rest of the level. Is that a walking crystal tome? Oh boy. Definitely idealize you, my friend. Hopefully lets us take out the tome quickly enough, and it does seem to be the case. Fantastic. One hit from those sons of guns, and especially multiple hits from all the living spells, is an absolute nightmare on a character like this. So fortunately, that's not the reality we are forced to live in. Not too shabby. Hello, my Juggernaut friend. Well, definitely some sketchier monsters here on Depths 3, starting to introduce us to what we will potentially come to expect in Zot. So far, nothing we can't handle quite to that extent, but still slightly less than ideal. Let's, speaking of ideal, idealize our friend just in time to keep them in one piece. And then hopefully that means that we've faced the worst this floor has to throw away. No promises, but maybe, just maybe, could be nice, could be fun even, and not too shabby. Is that just a regular ring, not even an artifact ring, just chilling in the middle? I mean, I guess I could yoink one of those. I mean, we're just gonna ignore it, but at least we don't have to live with the insatiable curiosity as to what could possibly lie beyond. Not too bad. And definitely a relatively sketchy floor, all things considered. Holy moly. This tome could eat a big one. Fantastic. Oh, and it hits middle as well. Hello, my friend. There we go. Finally getting some torment coming our way. And not too shabby. Hasted Steel Troll is definitely less than ideal, but fortunately, nothing we can't handle here as we just murder them before they get too much of an opportunity. Another run that I really want to do sometime relatively soon. Oh, I thought I swapped places in my mind with my ghost, and I was super confused there for a moment. Let's check out the ring though. Flying, resist fire, and a bit of extra slaying. Oh, if I had the inventory space, I guess I kind of do if I drop the fire dragon scales. But again, we're already slightly slowed down in our current getup. Don't know if we can afford to swap up, especially using the triple crossbow. Because the triple crossbow attacks so slowly, it's always going to be a bit of a dangerous proposition for us. At least if we're in heavier armor, of course. I guess we have this regular tower shield, so there's a nice open spot to free up for us. Beautiful. And not too shabby, especially since this is like one of the weird, heavily structured areas in Depths. This is the type of zone that I normally just absolutely hate and am afraid of. Anything with like stone or steel walls in Depths is generally a nightmare, and it was. Fortunately, we're just not a stupidly strong character. Again, in before we let Hubris go to our head and die in some kind of embarrassing fashion, but, you know, barring that, we're in a pretty beautiful spot, all in all.